Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without you. Down, down, down. That's it. That's it.
I wanted to keep going.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Welcome to the Punch Kids.
TPK, baby. Did you watch any E3 stuff today?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Did you?
Yeah, I watched the Sony press conference.
I haven't seen the Sony one yet. I never watched them in time of the actual conference because it's at stupid o'clock. Yeah. But I watched. Oh god, I did not expect that to move. Oh, I hate it. 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 Oh, jeez. That was rough. Okay, sorry. E3.
Dude, I've just been completely distracted.
Yeah, you kind of were in a different world there. What's going on?
I don't know. Yeah, so there was a lot that happened today in Sony. There was like, dude, Hideo Kojima just came out and announced his new game.
Do you like how it came out?
More or less.
He's like a god now.
Yeah. So I watched the trailer. You're talking about the Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
What the hell? What game is like? What is what?
Have you ever experienced a Kojima game?
I have.
You know they're pretty weird.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
He's like to me, it's kind of like he's the only AAA person, like AAA game developer, that is still making indie games, and people haven't realized it. Like he's still trying to stretch.
He's just got like
He's not trying to stretch. What is he trying to stretch?
Like he like, you know, indie developers are the people that, you know, I hate this word, but use like emergent game design. And they're like indie developers are the people that aren't afraid to try something new because they're not afraid to lose people because they don't have those people following them.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes me think about like where his mind is at, like Kojima's mind, because it's amazing, man. Like
so
it's
bizarre.
I don't know if it's him or like maybe like a team.
Yeah.
But every time it just kind of blows me away. So especially I played the Phantom Pain, like Metal Gear Solid 5, at the end of last year, and it just blew me away, man. Like not just production value, but like where is his mind at, just as far as just characters and plot line, and it's just amazing. And seeing that revealed today, was it called Death Stranding, I think. It's just complete madness. Like it just, I mean, obviously no one has any idea what it's about yet, but it's just like it's just kind of twisted. It's funny because it feels like it comes from a dark place, like the Phantom Pain, the pretty dark stuff in there, and you reveal like, I don't know, it's some pretty dark imagery. But then Hideo Kojima himself just seems like this really lovely, level-headed dude.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's awesome. He's not this. Oh, dude, you went back pretty far.
Sure did.
He's not out to show everyone how dark and cool he is. You know, like he's just this. I have no idea what he's like as a person, but but from what I see, and I follow him on Twitter, like he loves film. You know, he's just fascinated with entertainment and storytelling, but he has some really dark imagery in his head, man. I love it,
dude. I like. So to be fair, actually, I never played Phantom Pain, but it looks pretty cool.
Phantom, yeah.
I don't know, like. When a game becomes too abstract, it is not exciting. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but if it's abstract in like in a way that it makes sense,
does it though? Like, does Metal Gear make sense?
Well,
It doesn't.
that's kind of a question in itself. Like
It doesn't. Like,
well,
it does. It makes sense only because he gets to set the parameters of what makes sense in that universe. So, like... And
Yeah.
that's okay. Like, that's fine. But I don't think he does it... He does it in such an interesting way that it's just... I don't care about it.
Well, I think... yeah.
Like, in Kojima's universe, you can explain anything away with any ridiculous action, and it's okay. So, like... If in a Metal Gear Solid game, Snake died, and then they found an eyelash, and they put an eyelash into this ocean that they just discovered, and he came back as Double Snake, and he re-emerged a twin, that would not be weird in a Kojima game. Like, that would be like, oh, cool. Like,
Yeah.
that's how they revive Snake.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like maybe the phrase, doesn't make sense. Maybe. Well, it's like, okay, so you play this, right? We're playing Ori. It's a fantasy game, but yet it makes sense in these parameters.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think that's the same with Kojima. Like it's fantasy. It takes elements of reality and elements of fantasy and makes it this one thing. And I think that's always been the appeal.
Yeah.
All the characters, are humans, I guess, but then they've got these kind of supernatural abilities.
Yeah.
I think I think maybe that's like Kojima's sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know what you mean. Like, it compared to what we know about reality, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But inside a video game and something that's fantastical,
Yeah.
it could.
I get, but that's the thing. Like, I get it. This does, like, Ori and the Blind Forest is a ridiculous realism concept if you're thinking about it in terms of pure realism, right? But there are things in this game. I haven't finished it yet, so we'll find we'll find out. But there are parameters in it that make sense. And like, I can't always say that about a Metal Gear game. And that's why I play them, and I'm like, it feels like you're just making it up. Like, there's no rules to the universe, and therefore I don't care about the things happening in the universe, because anything could happen that like not even doesn't make sense, because it all makes sense in a universe where everything makes sense.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's exciting. I'm probably going to get heaps of hate for that.
Man, you'll get heaps of hate for anything that you say ever.
But like, it's not like I've never tried to play it, like, because you lent me all the Metal Gear games that you have.
Oh yeah, I gave you Twin Snakes.
You gave me 3 Metal Gear games actually. Yeah, I think so. I've definitely played 3. Yeah, I've definitely played 3, including Phantom Pain, which I haven't played in detail.
Yeah,
and they're just a bit silly, and that's the whole point, isn't it?
Yeah.
And maybe that's just me not liking a game.
Yeah, maybe. I definitely hold it close.
Like,
but doesn't mean that I can't be critical about it.
But the thing is, like, I can not like a good game. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
a game can be great, and I can also not like it.
But
do you know what I mean?
But what do you not like about it?
About Phantom Pain, or about
just Metal Gear in general?
I can't say it. I don't know how else to say it. Like,
right.
I don't feel connected to it because I don't believe the universe.
But you believe this universe?
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, right.
But the point, okay, maybe I'm not articulating my point well enough. So in this universe, yes, it's fantastical, but like, everything that's happening makes sense in the parameters that I've been given.
Okay, right. Is it because it's too close to reality, Metal Gear?
No, it's because it's because there's very little that I can draw. Like, I don't know. It just seems a lot of the time like things just happen. Like random, like, not random because it all has story. I don't know how else to explain it.
Okay,
my words are failing me, but like, I'm worried because, like, So I think what you're interpreting is, I find it hard to believe games that are not based on realism or like direct realism, which is not true, because like obviously I'm like heaps of the games that I enjoy don't make that jump, don't have a connection to real life in a very solid way like this game.
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's more about the game is what was that noise? It's more about the game just is silly, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the universe is not.
It's not the universe that it is not one that you connect with or enjoy.
Yeah, but the reason.
I mean, that's fine.
But the reason, it's frustrating me because like, I don't think you're understanding what I'm trying to say. Like, it's more than that. I don't like the universe, because I can put that aside for a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
It's so remember that eyelash example that I gave you?
Yeah.
That is totally plausible in a Metal Gear. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Probably it's not. But like, as a crazy example.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't. You can say anything in the Metal Gear universe to explain yourself out of a story hole, or you can say anything in the Metal Gear universe to make a character more interesting by adding like a robotic brain or like a twin or like, you know what I mean? And it flies because the parameters are so loose.
Yeah, sure.
That it's actually like,
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
Is that a fair assessment of the game? Do you think that the parameters are as loose as what I'm saying that they are?
There have been times where I question it's almost like maybe question the continuity.
Continuity is a good word, I guess.
Yeah. I think I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean. It's
parrot it back to me, and then I'll tell you if
okay. I might have to think about it. Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's a way down here. This is where you got the
cool.
One of the bad boys. Okay, so is it like this?
Yeah.
Like the okay, it's like this. So like what you don't mind is the fact that it's fantastical.
Yeah. I actually like that about it.
Yeah. But is it the fact that it sets no boundaries to that fantasy?
Yeah.
So say like
which is, to me, makes it really jarring.
Yeah, okay, I get that.
It's a very jarring universe, because it's like it's forcing me to. You're in a video game. You're in a video game.
Oh my gosh, dude! What you're saying is like Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
So a few episodes ago, I talked about Fee. You're like your Navi version of
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like your Skyward version of Navi. She would. This is exactly what I was saying about Skyward. So like, Skyward Sword is a fantasy game. It exists in this very green, Tolkien-esque, very raw fantasy world.
Yeah.
Tunics and swords and shields and whatever.
Yeah, totally.
But then Skyward Sword comes out, and you've got robots. You've got your guide who's talking about math, and reminding us that our batteries are low in our Wii controller.
Yeah.
Completely. Oh, that's a camera off. Completely disconnects you out of the world of fantasy into a world that you don't understand, or into a world that I just don't believe when it comes to Zelda.
Yeah,
which is a fascinating thing, because we have an expectancy. We expect something now from, say, a Zelda game, and it's not bad to experiment. And this is something I'd love to explore about franchises maybe bottlenecking. I think we talked about that before, like bottlenecking themselves into a formula or into like an expectancy, and how it's difficult to break out of that.
Yeah.
Is that kind of like the right
totally,
thing? Yeah,
totally.
yeah. I totally get that, man. Is it the comfort of borders? So like, you know the boundaries of the Metal Gear world.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, and man, I get that. So like in Fan of Pain, there's this guy completely covered in fire.
Yeah.
And he can.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Phantom Pain, so I kind of
Yeah, so he can kind of like, he's covered in fire, doesn't get hurt by anything.
Man.
Sucks the energy out of bazookas when they get fired at him.
Yeah.
He can kind of teleport and stuff, and you're like, well, is he a dream? And then you find out he's actually, okay, spoiler alert, he's actually a real person.
Yeah.
He's this real thing. But, and it was that, I was like, whoa, how is this even like possible? So you've got Revolver Ocelot, and he's this great gunsmith.
Yeah.
Is that the word? Or like
Gunslinger?
Gunslinger or gunman. I guess that's kind of believable in a way. I think that has to be down.
But I'm just wondering if I can get that orb if it's not down.
Yeah. So you've hit that switch before.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out progression, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Cool. Yeah, well, I definitely know what you mean.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a long...
Right on. Sam just showed me the E3 countdown to the Nintendo thing.
Are you excited?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Dude.
I'm buzzing.
I'm excited too, actually.
But 3 hours from now is 1 a.m., so I'm going to miss it.
I'll watch it tomorrow.
Which is like... That's E3 in a nutshell for Australians. Like, we don't... Oh, Sam just said he's watching it because he's friggin' lucky.
Can I talk about E3? Oh, maybe I should leave it.
Well, let's close this episode because it's like 18 minutes, and then we'll pick it up.
Yeah, cool.
Is that all right? Do you feel like we closed the conversation?
Yeah, I feel like we closed the conversation.
Okay.
Like, I'll say one more thing, and then I'll leave it alone.
Do you want a beat?
Yeah. I'll say one more thing about Metal Gear Solid. It does grind my gears, but it gets me in a horrid mood because
horrid mood.
All I was gonna say was every part of me wants to like metal, specifically the Phantom Pain, because that is fun to play.
Yep.
Like, I love the idea of like you're making a base in a like this random game, and like you you put a parachute on a horse and like it like sucks into the sky.
Yeah.
Like that's incredible. Like that's so fun and like.
Yeah, well maybe that's like
it's so fun.
I don't know if that's the appeal. So you start with parachutes, but you upgrade and upgrade and upgrade, and you get a teleportation device. So you can now teleport people out of there, which is nuts. Like it's set in I think it was like the 70s. Like that particular game was set in the early 70s, which is just like, obviously that technology doesn't even exist now. But like, there's maybe that's a good point. There's no borders to that fantasy world,
and I crave borders. Like I crave them.
But dude, what about... Oh, man, I could talk about this for hours. But what about, like, Tolkien?
Dude, but there's... like, the whole reason why books like Lord of the Rings or even Harry Potter work is because there aren't just random rules that can explain away things.
Sure.
Like, even, like Harry Potter, for example, like, is a franchise where, like, they could, technically, because they just have magic and they just go... And it happened because magic. But it's not. It's a really well thought out...
Yeah.
Like, thing that... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Everything has its place. Like, there are rules and things... And it's interesting because within the parameters that it set itself, it has, like, a thread, a linear, like, story with twists and, like, events and surprises... that all interact with this, like, with these rules, which make it predictable, but also difficult to predict.
Yeah, sure.
Whereas when you dropped into a world where like, hey, like if you want like to sprout wings and save the day with wings, like no worries.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the next, you don't have wings this time. Oh,
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah,
Like,
so it's like, you know, they'll introduce something.
oh. I'm so happy it's saved.
Something that's, you know, is maybe like a one-off just for something to happen or to lead to a new sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. It does do that.
Yeah, and like.
But yeah, oh man, so many like little angles to this.
Yeah,
let's pick this up in the next episode.
All right, let's
We're
pick
going
it
to
up
talk about Metal Gear Solid and how nostalgia helps you forgive those random moments.
Yeah, done.
All right, bye bye.